You guys see my screen? You see
Yeah.
TDN?
Yes, sir.
It should be completely updated on draft order.
Looks like it.
So, and this is our final draft order. Week 17 just ended. We're back with another mock draft.
The final draft order, bro.
So what?
It's not at all the final draft order.
Wild card.
Well, oh yeah, with playoffs. With
Playoffs.
Yeah. 1 through 18 is final. 1 through 18 is final. Anyways, we're back with another mock draft. I'm an idiot. I just been in the car for 6 hours, driving the whole fucking way. We're here with Hunter Thompson. I'm Ryan Cato and Austin Morris, aka Armchair Austin. Glad you're here, Austin.
Good to be here.
Special guest we were teasing about.
Special guest. We're Hunter tweeted a gif of Palpatine, and now we're on the mock draft. So, anyways, it's pick number 1. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars. They secured it. Adam Gase even screwed up the only thing he was supposed to do, which is not win a game. He screwed it up. So the Jags get the first pick. I saw. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. You guys retweeted him earlier about the Deshaun thing.
Christian Williams.
But he was talking about some Justin Fields at number 1 shit. I don't think I'm sold on that. But if we want to talk about anything else at number 1 before I just click on Trevor Lawrence, you can say something now because.
I personally think it's still. I personally think it's still gonna be Lawrence, but
Okay.
I think you have to do the due diligence as the GM/coach or whatever the hell they got going on in Jacksonville right now. Not really sure. And at least entertain other options, whether that be Penny Sewell, Justin Fields, you have to at least entertain, in my opinion, the top 5 options.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to go quarterback.
Oh yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think it's Penny Sewell. But I mean, Trevor Lawrence has been the number 1 pick in the draft since he left high school. You know, that's maybe then that's biased. Maybe I'm stuck in my ways on that, but I just the film doesn't tell me anything otherwise.
If Fields completely torches Alabama, then maybe we'll reevaluate this.
Yeah,
but I think I'm still Lawrence number 1.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm down. Trevor Lawrence goes number 1 to the Jags. Pick number 2 is where it gets a little bit more interesting.
Where everything gets funky.
It's so funny because I feel like every mock was Trevor Lawrence to the Jets at number 1, Justin Fields to the Jags at number 2, Penny Sewell to the Bengals at 3, and then it started to get interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now the Jets are picking at 2, and the whole world is burning. I don't understand. I still think the answer is Justin Fields. I'm sold on Justin Fields. I think he's a great quarterback. I think he's quarterback 2 behind Trevor Lawrence, but I think in most classes he'd be quarterback 1. So I'm still down for Justin Fields at 2, but I know there's talk about Penny Sewell. There's talk about Zach Wilson. So I don't know. I mean, who else could we go here?
I think for the Jets, you got to go quarterback. But I did hear an interesting theory, and it sounds crazy, but it was a theory of the Jets trading back in the draft to get picks. They know they're not going to be a contender, and so they're essentially just going to sell the farm.
Just pull Miami.
Pretty much, exactly.
Yeah.
And trade back in the draft, get picks. But honestly, I don't know how you can do that unless a new GM and a new coach really believe that Darnold is their guy.
Mm.
I think
Darnold is scared out of his mind on that team. I think it's a mental thing.
Absolutely.
For the Jets, I think it really comes down to if you're to trade the pick, it really comes if you're going to entertain trading the pick, it really comes down to how do you value QBs 2, 3, 4 in this class, and how do you view QBs 2, 3, 4 in next class? Because unless they're convinced chance they can get the one pick next year, which I'm not sure if they can, it's almost worth trading and selling the farm to accumulate picks in next draft and this draft, and then you can move up next year to get a guy that you are sold on if you're not sold on.
I mean, what would you get for a number 2 pick? Like, I would guess 1-2, 1-2, and then what would you get third year?
I mean, what did
second to third?
What did the Rams give up for Goff? I mean, that was a number 1 pick, but
it was a 1-2, 1-2.
I think realistically,
it was a lot.
You're looking at potentially 3 1s.
Who do you think would be willing to pull the trigger on that?
San Francisco,
100%. I think
they're going to trade up for QB2 in this class.
I think San Francisco's ballsy enough to move up, because they have a lot of guys still on rookie deals, and when Jimmy Garoppolo is your biggest issue, which is not a big issue to have.
Well, I mean, the biggest issue right now is injuries.
Well, yeah, but what I was going to say, that you go into next season with a healthy roster, and you expect Jimmy Garoppolo to get you back to the Super Bowl.
Well, they've already said that they plan on parting ways with Garoppolo at the end of the season. They've already said that they don't think that he's the future. So,
I mean, do they sign a vet? Do they start Nick Mullins?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think they're going to try to jump up to 3 or 5.
I think 3 is more reasonable than 2, honestly.
I don't think the Jets are going to get if I'm Miami, I'm going to do everything you can to pull the floor out under the Jets trading their pick.
Yeah.
Because if Miami decides to hold on to 3, it just makes 2 more valuable. But if Miami tries to shop 3, then it drives down the value of pick 2.
So then the Jets have to pick. Right. And so we don't have any trades because I'm not going to pay for TD and premium. Hunter and I haven't decided to split or not split it yet. We don't do with, Draft Network, NFL's ticket, whatever. But I think at this point, we've pretty much decided on quarterback. The question I think becomes, is Justin Fields or Zach Wilson at 2? We picked Zach Wilson last time. We picked Justin Fields before.
Personally, Fields my QB2.
Yeah.
Same.
I have a lot of off-the-field issues with Wilson, and I'm very concerned about him in New York City.
Yep. Okay. Fields is all of our QB2, so we're going Fields. Look at that. Look at what we just did there. 2 quarterbacks in the first 2. Look at that. All right. Now it's the Dolphins. The Dolphins could go so many ways here. I think that they could go the top receiver. I think that they could go the top tackle. I wouldn't be mad at the top. If they went Penny Sewell here, I wouldn't even be mad at that. They could go Micah Parsons.
I think Micah Parsons is off the table, though, with how their offense played.
I mean, because there are a lot of big name receivers hitting free agent market. I don't know what the cap space is looking like there in Miami, not off the top of my head, at least.
Top of my head now.
But I mean, it could be receiver. Could be tackle. What are we thinking? Do they go running back at 3? No, I'm just playing. No.
Stop that.
Not G.
A little Zeke Elliott kind of deal. But no. I mean, and among the receivers, even there's talk. Jamar Chase versus Devontae Smith.
So,
I think it's actually this pick is realistically a Jalen Waddle area.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's my wide receiver 4, he fits exactly what they need in Miami right now.
Going into 2021, Miami has almost $18 million in cap room.
They could make a splash for a receiver if they wanted to.
So then, I mean, then you could go Parsons. If they go for one of those big receivers, they go for Galladay. But I mean, I feel like if Jalen Waddle is what we're talking about, they're looking for Galladay, Allen Robinson. That's not really their speed.
No, I don't know. I think this pick has to be a receiver.
I think so too.
With how much Tua is playing scared, you have to give him some form of a weapon there.
Yeah. I mean, it's Devontae Parker and Devontae Parker only.
And Devontae Parker's like a 2 or a 3.
Yeah. I don't trust Devontae Parker as the number 1 receiver. Maybe earlier in his career, maybe, but at this point, he's a number 2. So they need some sort of threat. And the thing is, I don't know if I trust Jalen Waddle as a starting wide receiver, like a wide receiver 1 on the team. I just don't know.
That's my issue, but like he fits exactly what they need with the speed and the separation and the already repertoire with Tua. But because like he brings that extra dimension that they need on the offense that Smith and Chase don't really have.
This is, I think, the main thing that's like is he's a little guy, 5'10", 182. I mean, even the top of this receiver class is so weird because Devontae Smith has nothing on his frame but is a ridiculous separator. Jalen Waddle is small but ridiculously fast, and Jamar Chase is perfect, but he took a year off. So that's where I get confused. What are we thinking here at 3?
My wide receiver 1 is Devonta Smith. With the way
That's
that
also
he is,
my receiver 1.
With the way that he has played this season, the dude has black holes for hands. He will catch literally anything you throw to him. Plus his route running, and you can say what you want about the size. Yeah, I agree that it's something that makes you a little hesitant, but maybe he's just one of those outliers that can make it work for himself in the NFL. I don't know.
It's one of those things where it's like, he's always fucking open.
Yeah.
And when he's not, he's still coming down with the ball. Like,
certainly,
you can triple cover him, and he still somehow comes down with it. And the thing is, like, he's going up against some of the toughest competition in college football. Whether or not you view the SEC as the best conference or not, you can't lie that they put out NFL like talent every year consistently.
Yeah.
And when he's doing the things that he did to them in an all SEC schedule, that's insane.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm cool with Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith from Alabama, Tua from Alabama. Not mad at that. Going Devontae Smith at 3. Jamar Chase is my personal wide receiver 1, but totally get the Devontae Smith hype. He might deserve the Heisman this year. So the Falcons are picking at 4. So I love Fields to the Falcons. Fields is gone. We talked about Wilson having some character concerns, some off the field stuff. Not really sure if he's a full even leader on that team. And it also depends on, when the GM and the head coach, when they come in, what they're looking for in rebuilding this team. But I think the Falcons still do have a lot of options here. I know, Hunter, you have a lot of opinions about it. So
yeah, I'm gonna keep my Falcons opinions quiet on this one, just because I always pitch Lance,
right.
And so I want you guys to take that from me.
I mean, what do you at least think about? Penny Sewell is still here. I've seen Sewell mocked. I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the best pick.
I don't think Penny Sewell's a good fit in Atlanta. I will give that much. I think he's a fantastic prospect, but we used a first-round pick on Caleb McGarry 2 years ago. We're still tied to Jake Matthews for 2 more years, and like, it doesn't feel right. Like with Penny Sewell, like he can play guard, but are we really going to use him as a guard? The number 4 pick on guard, like it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the only thing that hooks me on Atlanta not getting a quarterback is, or the only thing that hooks me on Atlanta getting a quarterback is the fact that they still have Matt Ryan under contract, and it's a backloaded contract. So do you really want to get a quarterback this early? Especially when Ryan isn't playing horrible football. He's still playing fairly decent football.
Agree.
And so why would you maybe do it to light a fire under him? I don't know. But I think if you're Atlanta, you kind of got to go with the best player available, whoever's on your board. And I think the the issues. I think maybe a pass rusher, maybe get Micah Parsons, a guy that you can use in so many different ways, whether it's blitzing, using him to help contain run, just having that player that can fly from one side of the field to the other like it's nothing. Um, who is in my opinion by far the best defensive player in this draft.
Completely agree.
Um, um, and I think he would be right up there with Chase Young for me if he would have been able to declare last year.
Mhm.
Just phenomenal player. Even though he did take a year off, the tape that he has shown us doesn't lie.
No.
And so I think when you're looking at the NFC South and you're looking at the way it's shaping up to be, Carolina's building a bully of a defense. The Saints still have a decent defense. Tampa Bay has a really good defense. Um, and so Atlanta, I think it would be wise of them to maybe pick up somebody. Obviously, there's not really a pass rusher worth taking when you're sitting at number 4. So maybe trading back is an option if you're Atlanta. Trade back with somebody.
I think that's the best scenario is trade back.
Yeah.
I think if you trade back to like 9 or like somewhere in the 9 to 12 range, that would be good.
Yeah, I can totally see that. But I mean, I just don't see the value in getting a quarterback right now if you're Atlanta, especially when you have 2 players on heavy contracts with Julio and Ryan. I think playing the waiting game is best, and it's not like you're not going to have a good quarterback class next season either. If Sam Howell declares, you got Baker Mayfield Jr. right there.
Yeah. My thing with like Atlanta with the quarterback is earlier today, Arthur Blank and Rich McKay were doing like the state of the franchise press conference and everything. And Arthur Blank pretty much came out and said, no players guaranteed, which kind of makes it sound like they're willing to blow the entire roster up right now, which makes me think quarterback is in play. But I don't know. I think it's going to really come down to the coach and the GM hire, and just
I feel like that could be in reference to Julio too.
He straight up name dropped both Matt Ryan and Julio and said neither one's safe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm normally against Micah Parsons to the Falcons just because how strong the Falcons linebackers have been this year, which, the rest of the team on the defense at least has been garbage. But you make a good point. Micah Parsons can be used in a ton of different ways, even rushing off the edge. So I'd be down to go Parsons if you guys are cool with that. Also, it leaves the Bengals with Penny Sewell, which is it's the easiest pick in the world. But Micah Parsons to the Falcons. Anyone say no?
The only other pick I would consider here, other than a QB, would be Patrick Surtain. But I will send Parsons here.
All right, let's do it then.
Yeah.
Easy as
I
that.
think
Now,
Austin just wants Surtain for his Panthers.
Yeah, or that maybe that's why he was against
Against
quarterback. I don't know, but yeah, the Bengals are picking at 5. I just said it. It feels like Penny Sewell is the easiest pick ever here.
If they miss on Sewell, I think they trade back though.
Yeah, but
they draft Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I see no reason to pick anybody but Sewell if he's on the board, because you got to. You drop down the draft order a little bit. You're scared now that, they shouldn't trade up, but if they want Penny Sewell, I don't know. Anyways, Penny Sewell obviously has to be the pick. I think Joe Burrow got absolutely rocked this year. You can't take a chance with him again next year, or he will not be your quarterback anymore.
Yeah,
I heard a guy say that Sewell is probably the highest graded offensive tackle since who was it? Was it Long? I think is the last. He's like the last.
Jake Long.
Yeah, Jake Long.
He went first to Miami.
That's so weird that it's interesting to see how divided the draft community is on Sewell, because he's the consensus number 1 tackle, but he's all over the place. Why are we looking up Jake Long?
I just want to see when he was drafted.
2008.
He was same year as Matt
Ability.
Ryan.
It's interesting too because oh look at this. It's the dragon, American Dragon Tick on. Because didn't Fisher go first overall too?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
that was 2013.
13. 13 was a crazy draft.
It's a C. Okay.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went first too. Anyways, but yeah, Sewell, I mean, I think he's an insane prospect. A lot of people talk about, oh, he should be moved inside. Oh, his peak was too young, whatever. I don't think he's hit his peak. I think he's still going up. I think he's super safe, all pro type guy, plug and play, easy as that. And we talk about a bunch like you want to play your best five on the line, and Sewell, he'll play anywhere. So you want to put in your best five? Let's put in your best five. Let's draft Penny Sewell. The Eagles, which speaking of, y'all see the end of that the Eagles game?
That was the ugliest quarter of football I've ever fucking seen.
Doug Peterson's a moron. Oh my gosh.
They're keeping him too. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that was a blatant tank job, and it's
which is crazy to me because Miami will probably, like most likely, maybe not, but most likely still pick the best receiver available. So now they're gonna pick wide receiver too. I think probably they go receiver. I think they should go Micah Parsons.
Well, he's off the board, so
yeah, but I'm saying like I think that's like that should be their number one priority is Micah Parsons. But yeah, the Falcons picked him, so I think they'll probably go receiver. That's a mess of a franchise. It's a mess.
Yeah, Philly's another team I would never want to work for or be around. Them in Jacksonville right now. Like if I'm a coach or a GM, like those are the two places I'm avoiding.
Is it possible they could go Pitts, considering that it's probably the last we'll see Zach Ertz in Philly?
Yeah, and Pitts can play. He's essentially a receiver.
Pitts is a receiver.
Yeah, Pitts at 6. I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
I don't think it'll happen, but I'm just saying, because they still have Dallas Goedert, so they're not.
They
do like running those two tight end sets.
Okay, do you value what Kyle Pitts brings as a tight end more than what Jamar Chase can bring you as a receiver?
No, but I probably value what Kyle Pitts brings to me as a receiver more than what Jamar Chase brings to me as a receiver. Kyle Pitts is insane. I
don't disagree with you. It's just
a bigger Darren Waller. I mean, it's horrifying. I want him so far away from my division.
I think Kyle Pitts would be a good pick here because you even then tier value too, like a tier 3 receiver is a lot better than a tier 3 tight end.
I don't know if he fits in with their scheme because he's not a blocking tight end by any stretch of the imagination. So honestly, if Philly wanted to, they could fall back and get Freiermuth or Brevin Jordan later, someone who's a little more polished and blocking. But honestly, I feel like Jamar Chase is the safest pick for them, even though they have Jalen Reagor. They had so many issues.
Jalen Reagor's bad.
I know, but they spent a pick on him pretty early last draft. And Deshaun Jackson was hurt most of the year. Tyler Fulgham was like your number one receiver at one point.
Fulgham. Yeah, I mean, Reagor, they picked him before Ayuk. They picked him before T. Higgins. They picked him before, obviously, Chase Claypool. But
Justin Jefferson?
They picked him before Justin Jefferson?
I'm pretty sure
they did.
Did Jefferson...
He was like the pick before Jefferson.
I thought, for some reason, Jefferson was Reagor was the pick after Jefferson. If they picked him over Jefferson, I'm gonna shut the computer. I'm gonna walk away.
Jefferson, so
I don't. But yeah, Jamar Chase. I mean, you don't miss out on an LSU top receiver twice. You didn't pick Jefferson last time. Go Jamar Chase. get like a actual weapon. Jalen Hurts is looking like a good young quarterback. That defense still needs help. It needs so much help.
Yeah, defense
But
needs a lot.
I mean, the Eagles need a lot. So
The
I'm
Eagles
cool
need a
with
whole new
Jamar
coaching
Chase.
staff.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go Jamar Chase here. Why not?
This
The
is interesting.
Yeah, the Lions could be a little bit upset about that too because
This is where it gets funky again.
they have 5 receivers going off contract this year. Only
Yeah,
only Quintez Cephas,
Yeah, that's right.
from Oregon State. So
Ooh. So you
yeah,
got Galladay and Marvin Jones.
that's tough. So you can choose to resign one, you can draft one, or you can draft quarterback. Do the Lions go quarterback?
I think it depends on the head coach hire because Darren Bevel, who interviewed for the job, said he would keep Stafford if he got the job.
I mean, obviously there's plenty of other candidates.
Oh, for sure, but I mean,
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, I mean, I could so see Stafford to the Colts. That's like,
Oh yeah.
I see that in my head. Is like
I would
Stafford
like
goes
Stafford
to
to the Colts. That would be fun.
That would be so fun. It'd be nice. They
Yeah.
go Stafford to the Colts. They pick a receiver in the first round, and then suddenly it's AFC South season. So I mean, do you think they go quarterback? Do you think they go receiver? What are we thinking here?
I think you have to go receiver just out of the pure fact you have virtually none on roster.
You can't resign all of them. That's you can't. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, do y'all think that they'll resign Galladay? Do you think they'll let him walk, or do you think they'll keep?
I think Galladay is more likely to leave than Marvin Jones, but I think Marvin Jones wants.
I missed what you said. My connection pooped out for a minute, but yeah, I think they're probably more likely to let Galladay walk.
But Marvin Jones also does not want to be there.
Yeah,
He's made it
understandably. Understandably, I'm right there with you, Marvin Jones. I don't want to be in Detroit either. I'm just looking at like these later, like maybe end of day 2 type guys. And I'm not mad at some of this. I mean, Seth Williams, Daz Newsome, Tylen Wallace, Sage Surratt, Anthony Schwartz. It's a nice little group of players right there, but it's not the kind of talent that you're going to see at the top of the board.
None of them really take over a game.
No, absolutely not. So, we thinking Jalen Waddle leaving a quarterback on the board for Carolina?
Let's go Zach Wilson. Yeah,
we just talked about how they need a receiver. They can't resign all of them.
I know.
Will probably stay anyway.
I know, but it'd be fun. And Detroit needs fun. They need to put people in the stands. They need to sell tickets. They need a face of the team.
And it's gonna be Zach Wilson.
I think it's more likely to be Wilson than it is to be Lance in Detroit.
Fair. I mean, maybe with new quarterback comes in, or not new quarterback. New quarterback comes in, new head coach comes in. We throw the whole playbook out. It's new look Detroit offense. They're slinging the ball. It's run and gun in Detroit.
Who's he going to throw to?
Maybe
Detroit's in a bad spot.
Yeah, Detroit has some issues. They'll pick Sage Surratt. It'll be okay. So it'll be all right.
Maybe they'll get Rondale Moore. That'd be fun.
They'll get Rondale Moore in the second round. So Zach Wilson, we're gonna go Zach Wilson.
Go for it. I don't
all right.
Carolina anyway.
Okay, so Carolina. So now Carolina's picking. And Carolina could probably use quarterback.
Austin,
Austin
as the Panthers fan here.
Yeah.
What is your first thought? What is your first wish?
My first wish.
If you had everybody on the board, who do you want?
If I had everybody on the board, I would want Micah Parsons.
Huh.
But with him off of the board, uh, the safe pick is a cornerback. That's the safe.
Yeah.
We need a true number one corner. This past year, we dealt with so many injuries. Dante Jackson was hurt. Troy Pride was hurt throughout the year. We got Rasul Douglas through free agency, and he was a pretty good ad for us. But I mean, Dante Jackson is not a good corner in the NFL.
Right.
So, but you have the other side of the coin. Do you believe in Teddy for another year?
I think Teddy looked fine. I think Teddy's a perfectly average quarterback. I think you can build a playoff team around Teddy.
I think Teddy's the perfect bridge quarterback.
Perfect Bridgewater quarterback.
But
Anyways, yeah. I mean, you have him play one more year. Maybe pick a quarterback, and he finishes the last year out of his. He finishes the last year on his contract. Their rookie quarterback sits behind him that last year, and then Bridgewater's out of his contract. The rookie quarterback has a year of sitting on the bench. That's not the worst idea, I don't think.
No, definitely not.
You also got Kyle Pitts on the board right now.
True.
Well, the thing is, I just don't know if Joe Brady, if he's there, would use him that much. Granted, we haven't had tight ends that we're throwing to, but
Right.
in
Was it Ian Thomas?
Ian Thomas and Chris Manhurts. Those are the two we've had this year, and yeah, I don't know.
Okay, in Buffalo, it's Dawson Knox and Tommy Sweeney, so it's not too much better. But we all want Hunter Henry anyway. So we thinking corner here, or where do you think we go?
I really like Lance. I really do.
I think the pick has to be Lance or Surtain here.
I would say Lance or Farley. I feel like
your CB1 is.
For me, Farley is my cornerback one. Call me crazy.
Yeah, same. No. Farley's my cornerback one too. I love Farley.
Farley's a monster. And the thing is, he's raw, and those are the type of players that Rule likes to bring into his team, and mold them into something greater. But I don't know, man. With Lance on the board, he has the athleticism, he has the traits, he's raw, but I feel like Rule can make it work. So I'm all for drafting Lance.
All right, I'm down. Hunter, Trey Lance to Panthers. You say no?
It hurts, but okay.
All right, let's let it rock. Look at that, Trey Lance to the Panthers. We got two rookie quarterbacks in, or no, there we go. All four off the board. Two in a row. Not bad at all. Look at that. I hate all four going in the top 10. I hate that, but it is how it is. That's how we go sometimes. I don't think it should happen.
One of them is going to bust bad, and I think it's going to be Zach Wilson.
You think it's going to be Zach Wilson?
I think Zach Wilson's going to be the bust.
What if it's Trevor? That would be crazy.
That would blow my mind. It's
like the safest pick since Andrew Luck. I mean,
I will have to sit down and completely relearn how to evaluate quarterbacks.
Right. Everybody would.
This is an interesting pick right here with Denver.
Yeah, the Broncos pick at 9. So you've got your top cornerbacks on the board and the top edge rushers on the board. All four QBs are off in the top 8, so they can't really go QB. I don't think they would go QB anyway. I don't think they go QB. I like Drew Lock, and I'm not mad at it, but
I don't love.
He's not great. He's not great. I just like him. I think he's cool. We talked about this on an episode of the podcast, which, by the way, you can find wherever you listen to your podcasts: Spotify, Apple Podcasts. So you can find us on Podbean. I think we're on Tidal. I swear we're on Tidal.
What's that?
Google Podcast. Anyways, I'd love to do karaoke with Drew Lock. That's not the point. The point is top edges are on the board, top cornerbacks are on the board, and the Broncos are picking. So where do we go?
Do they grab a corner and replace what they lost with Chris Harris?
I think so. I mean, that's the one I keep kind of falling back to with Denver.
I mean, I think Farley is a good fit in Denver. Farley's
Oh yeah.
and I love Farley, receiver turn corner, athletic, raw, like you were talking about,
I feel like Vic Fangio
lengthy.
would love Caleb Farley.
I think it works there. Um, cool.
Dude's
That's
measurables are ridiculous, man.
yeah,
Like, dude's a freak.
yeah, 6'2", big boy corner. There's
Yeah.
not many of those. There's a lot of 5'11" says they're 6 foot corners. I swear, but 6'2", I like a good 6'2" corner, and yeah, Caleb Farley, first corner off the board. I'm not mad at that at all. The Cowboys are picking at 10. They could also go corner.
I think they go Surtain just to shore up that secondary because they got toasted all season.
They picked Trevon Diggs last year. You got the Alabama cornerbacks back together.
They were good together.
Or
Yeah.
do they go Darisaw and beef up the O-line to protect Dak?
That's true. Tyron Smith is rumored to be up in the air about potentially retiring.
Really?
That's what I've been hearing. I don't know how accurate it is, but
I mean, Darisaw, I feel he would fit right in with the Dallas culture.
see, I was honestly about to pitch Slater over Darisaw because they give you the opportunity to play your best 5.
Yeah, he can play. He can play guard. He can play center. I mean, they don't need a center. They picked Bees Daz last year.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but you can still play guard. You can still play tackle. If it's Rashawn Slater, I wouldn't mind Darisaw either. I mean, we can look at the tackles. There's a whole lot of tackles. I love Sam Cosmi, but
Oh, I know
go
you
that
love
high.
Cosby.
yeah, I think we could go any of the tackles. I think we go Sertan.
I think Sertan's probably the safest bet, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
their defense really struggled this year.
Huge.
Yeah, it was rough, and so yes, Sertan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's the safest pick. We've been mocking that for a long time. We were mocking that when the Cowboys were at 4. Yeah, we're still doing it. So, the Giants are picking at 11 after their heartbreaking missing of the playoffs, which like I actually don't care. I really just don't like. I
don't care.
I don't give a shit about Giants football, but all the edge rushers are still on the board. So that's nice. Also, JOK still on the board. Also, Jalen Waddle still on the board. So we got a lot up in the air here. I think the Giants are in a very good position.
It kind of comes down to, do y'all have faith in Daniel Jones? Or do you want to have faith in Daniel Jones? Because if you don't want to have faith in Daniel Jones, then you pick a defensive player and let Daniel Jones just look god-awful for another season.
And just wait for another quarterback.
And just wait. Yeah. But if you think there's a chance he could be like the guy, then you draft Jalen Waddle to give him a weapon.
I don't trust Daniel Jones. But it's a pretty talent devoid. I mean, you got Darius Slayton and Sterling Shepard.
Evan Ingram at tight end, who's pretty much plays like a receiver.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl tight end, Evan Ingram.
Yeah, Evan Ingram was not even that good this year. I mean, that was a
Pro Bowl. He should not have.
No. Robert Tonyan? Bobby Tonyan?
Should have been Tonyan.
Yeah, I think they go defense here. I think what Austin, what are your edge rankings look like? Like top 3?
I haven't really watched any tape on Kwity Paye.
Okay.
I can't stand Rousseau. I don't like Rousseau at all. And so if I'm the Giants, I'm not going pass rusher. I would go with a guy you can use in coverage and in blitz, and I would go joke.
Yeah,
that's what I would go with.
Ooh, joke in a Joe Judge defense sounds fun.
Yeah, I like joke there. I think it works, and also it's crazy how no edge rushers off the board. That's wild. Yeah, I love JOK.
I don't think a single edge is going to get a first round grade for me in this draft class.
What?
I don't think so. I mean, Like
There's some freaky good athletes.
Greg Rousseau was at the start of the season, or before he opted out, he was going to get a first round grade from me, I think. But after the opt out, like a lot of it was just built on him growing and improving, and he opted out. So
yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of molding to do with some of these edge rushers. There's some crazy athletes though.
I think Kwity Paye is just
Osai.
a good secondary piece.
I love Osai. I love Rashad.
You like him, Rashad?
I'm high on Rashad.
I like Ojulari.
I really like Jason Owe, but
Patrick Jones. Patrick Jones is going to be a monster as well.
Hunter loves Patrick Jones.
Shaka Toney is a guy that I'm stamping my guy on. Love Shaka Toney.
They're so low on Shaka Toney.
I loved Joe Tryon. I loved him.
Out of Washington.
I've not watched Tryon yet.
He's fun. He is fun to watch. He does a lot of stunts. Just a very athletic guy. But yeah, I think Cormo is the best because you can do so much with him. He's a guy you can drop in coverage. He's a guy you can blitz a ton because Notre Dame did that. So I think that's just the safest bet for their defense.
Yeah, I think it's a solid pick. You just use them in so many different ways. It's like a little chess piece on that defense, which they obviously need. San Francisco picking at 12.
I think they trade up though in this pick.
Yeah,
I do not think this pick 12 will be San Francisco.
No, you think they? I mean, we were even talking about trading, all the way up to 2 earlier.
Yeah.
So, I think it could really happen. Didn't they? They traded up to 2 for Solomon Thomas. Is that right?
Yeah. No, they traded down.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They were at 2 and they moved down.
They were at 2. They traded down to 3 or something like that. I don't know. But either way, yeah, I could see them definitely making a move for a quarterback. Obviously, we're not doing trades like we talked about earlier. So we thinking. I mean, I love J.C. Horn to the 49ers. I like mocking that.
Sherper.
Yeah. I mean, and I know, Hunter, you love J.C. Horn. We could also beef the hell out of that line. So we could go a couple different places here.
I think Horn is the best bet, unless you want to pick up Slater and then kick him inside. I don't see any other option. I mean, yeah, I think Horn's the best bet here.
Yeah, I mean, I love Horn. He's my CB2. And I know, Hunter, you're like you. I know you're touching yourself a little bit right now thinking about Horn. So, I'm not mad at it. But they have to re-sign Verrett and Sherman at the end of the season. Is that right?
Yes, I think.
Yeah. So they really have to pick one. That's what it's going to come down to. And you pick one, and then you re-sign a crazy ball hawking type safety that's real angry about it. He's just real angry about coverage.
Can I just point out Kyle Pitts is still on the board and Jalen Waddle?
Yeah, that's kind of terrifying. Right, oh no, that means. Oh no.
Because Hunter Henry's probably be a free agent.
Yeah, I'm down to go Kyle Pitts here. I'm looking in the future and thinking about the Patriots getting Jalen Waddle. I'm horrified by that, but we can talk about it in a minute. Yeah, I'd be down to go Kyle Pitts here. I think the pick should be line. It should be line. They should just pick line.
Oh my gosh, Slater is my offensive tackle number 2.
Yeah,
so I'm very high on him.
I think they should pick line. Rashawn Slater can play anywhere on the line. The Chargers line clearly needs help.
I did a mock for the Chargers earlier for my mock draft Monday things.
You went Pitts, right?
I was torn between Pitts and Slater because they were both on the board too.
I just don't think you put tight end at priority. I really don't.
I don't think you do, but
Pitts
if you lose
different.
Henry, I feel like you have to consider how are you going to give Justin Herbert a safety blanket.
Yeah, I mean it's that Travis Kelce type deal. I mean, you can always throw Travis Kelce an 8-yard slant. He's always going to catch it. There's nobody in the middle of the field that stops Travis Kelce. And it's the same thing with Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is huge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Look
there's
how good you make Kyle Trask look.
6'5", 240.
6'5", 240.
It's I mean, it's like Darren Waller. Man, it's scary. It's scary.
You go with Pitts. I totally wasn't thinking about what Herbert could do with that.
Yeah. I mean, I think the pick should be lined, but I'll go Pitts here because
I think you can grab a guy like Trey Smith or like Sam Cosmi probably at the start of R2 or Eichenberg, or so you can grab competent starters at the start of round 2 on the line, but like your tight ends at the start of round 2 are not going to impact your offense the same way Pitts would.
I agree. Let's go Pitts. It's more exciting. A little scary, but here we go. The Vikings are picking at pick 14. Slater. I think they should pick Slater. Okay.
Vikings
Slater.
fans,
that was easy.
Hate offensive line mucks.
They
hate it so much.
Where else are we gonna go?
I'm weirdly involved in Vikings Twitter because I don't know how, but I am. And they always bitch about like offensive line mocks.
We're gonna do it again.
Oh yeah, I do it every time because it fits.
It does. It's where they should go. The Slater. I mean, you put a guy in the middle or on the edge, open up some holes for Dalvin Cook. That's your whole offense anyway, along with Justin Jefferson, obviously. But
keep Kirk Cousins off his ass.
Give your horse time to throw. Sorry, I don't like Cousins.
I don't like Cousins.
I think he's like perfectly average.
He's not good. Are the margin in the middle.
Yeah, it's like what we talk about. Like if
hello,
better than Kirk Cousins, you're like, okay, I can hang on to this quarterback.
You cut out for a second.
I cut out for a second. Dang, I was just saying, like, if your quarterback is worse than Kirk Cousins, you get rid of your quarterback. Like that's the rule.
Yeah.
You know, like he's just right there in the middle.
It was the Andy Dalton rule. Now it's the Kirk Cousins rule.
Now it's the Kirk Cousins rule. It's the Derek Carr rule. So
Vikings Slater. You like that?
Yeah. You like that? I do like that about Kirk Cousins. He does have some sort of fire.
He has like white suburban dad fire, but
hey, that's kind of the aesthetic I'm going for.
He's in control.
Pound on the table.
White suburban dad fire.
He's gonna smack the table, stand up. All right, kids, let's blow this popsicle stand when they're leaving a restaurant.
He's taking his kids to soccer practice. He's getting way too angry about soccer practice. Like
he's the one yelling at the ref in a U8 game.
Yeah. He's the parents that are yelling at me from the stands when I'm umpiring baseball games. That's what he is.
He's the one that brings a cowbell.
Yes. Oh no. He's way too excited about it. He's way too excited. The Patriots are picking at 15. Jalen Waddle is still here.
It's Waddle.
That seems too easy. I don't want Jalen Waddle in the AFC East. I don't want to play against him. But I'll pick him. That's just like your best receiver is Jacoby Myers.
Unless they like Rashad Bateman over Waddle, but
wouldn't surprise me.
But I think they go Waddle.
I've seen a lot of Rashad Bateman in higher in receiver rankings than I expect to. Obviously, Waddle broke his ankle this year, came back, so it didn't really matter. But he's just explosive. I think he's a piece.
He gets put on Sean Wade. I hope he gets put on Sean Wade. I want to watch that.
Waddle on Wade.
Oh my gosh!
It's going to be Devontae Smith on Sean Wade all day,
which is going to be just as entertaining.
It's going to be just as like Sean Wade. Nobody has lost more money this year than Sean Wade.
The thing is I'd still pick Sean Wade in the first round. If you're let's say you're the Cleveland Browns. If you're the Cleveland Browns, I'll pick Sean Wade in the first round.
What?
Yeah, you're not signing him to be outside corner, right? You're not bringing him on to be like your big CB1. But he is a dominant slot corner.
Yeah, but I'm not drafting a slot corner in the first round.
If you're at the end of the first round, why not?
You can get a decent slot corner around 3 or 4.
But I'm saying like if you are at the end of the first round, if you're trying to just puff up your team,
You can get Elijah
I'm
Mold
not mad at. What's up?
round 4.
Well, sure, but I'm saying, let's say, okay, let's say you're at the end of the first round, right here. Like, if I'm the Bills, I'm not mad at picking Sean Wade. Why not?
I would, bro.
The Bills went 13-3. You're gonna go 13-3, and I mean, you had a dominant slot corner. Why not? I mean,
You're gonna leave Josh Norman on the outside?
no, I'm gonna sign somebody, but that's beyond the point. I'm
But
not
the thing is, like,
specifically talking.
you need an outside corner, and you're going to use a first round pick on a slot corner.
I'm just saying. I'm saying if you're a team who did very well, you're just trying to strengthen your team. You don't have any glaring needs.
Austin, would you draft Sean Wade in the first round?
Absolutely not.
I like
Absolutely not. Not after watching him get torn up by Clemson's receiving core. I couldn't do it. I know you're not supposed to let one game define you, but he has had multiple games this year that have just not been good.
Penn State was just as bad too.
Either way, Arizona's picking at 16. And they're not picking Sean Wade. They're not picking Sean Wade. I promise.
But they need a quarterback. Why not take Sean Wade round 1?
Well, no, but they don't. That's exactly what I was just talking about. They need an actual cornerback, so they have to pick Darian.
So does Buffalo.
Buffalo can sign a quarterback, dog. If you go 13-3, it's different than missing the playoffs.
You can sign a slot corner for half the price.
Sure, I like for half the price of Sean Wade.
For half the price of paying an outside corner.
It's a rookie deal. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the Cardinals. Y'all are shitting on me right now for liking Sean Wade. I can't believe y'all. I invite you on my Skype call. I share my screen with you, and you just come on here and you just come on here and punch me on my dick. That is ridiculous. Anyways,
I was the one who started this
The Cardinals are picking at 16. They need an edge rusher. They need one. All of them are still on the board.
You think they go Rousseau?
No. We go Rousseau. We go Kwity Paye. I love Kwity Paye. I mean, we've never had this happen before. There's never been all the edge rushers at 16.
I can see them going with either one. I think they got to go pass rusher, but the way that they like to use weird pieces, I just wonder if they would take Rousseau.
I feel like they might take a Psy if they like using weird pieces.
A Psy first edge off the board? Let's look at all the edges.
I mean, like, Hassan Reddick's is a free agent, and he's a weird piece. And Joseph Asai kind of emulates the weirdness of Hassan Reddick.
You go Aziz first? Aziz could play stand-up linebacker. He's little.
Yeah, but he can't play inside. Asai could kick inside for a couple snaps if you needed to.
Rousseau can play any gap, anywhere you need him to on the defensive line. He can play.
True.
And he gained weight. He put on like 30 pounds during the offseason, which is terrifying.
Yeah. That's horrifying. I'd be down to go Rousseau here if everybody else is down.
I think Rousseau would be interesting.
Rousseau's good. I like Rousseau.
Cool. Rousseau at 16, first edge off the board to the Cardinals, and now the Raiders are picking. Raiders could probably also use edge.
Give them Kwity Paye.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Kwity Paye. It's crazy.
He's what Cleveland Farrell was supposed to be.
It's crazy because just because like normally we're picking like Azeez Ojulari at 17. confusing to me. So Dolphins are back on the board at their actual pick.
Isn't Darisaw still on the board?
Let's look at the tackles. I think Darisaw is. Yeah, Darisaw.
Give him Darisaw.
Dang, we're flying through it now. We don't even need to. Darisaw. They picked Austin Jackson in the first round last year.
Yeah,
Oof. And they've been starting Robert Hunt.
Yeah.
Robert Hunt could play guard though. If they need him to. Darisaw flying up boards like we've talked about 1,000 times. Washington at 19. I think Washington.
Mac Jones.
And 19. He's gone earlier. He's gone earlier in our draft, I think.
He has.
I think Mac Jones could be the pick here. I do kind of like Vera Tucker, though, because Brandon Sheriff is a free agent, and I don't know if they're going to pay a guard the kind of money he wants. And then if they do pay Brandon Sheriff, they can kick Vera Tucker to tackle or something. Like, there's different ways you could use him.
I don't know. I think I would I think I would pick Wyatt Davis over both of those. For me, the order would be flipped. I would have Wyatt number 1, Creed number 2, and Vera Tucker at 3. I love Wyatt Davis and what he can do.
Yes.
Cato sound like soulmates.
Huge Wyatt Davis guy.
Yeah,
I think Wyatt Davis is amazing.
But I don't know if he goes here. That's the thing.
No,
I don't know if he goes here.
Yeah, the thing about Elijah Vera Tucker is
I'm
that
scared to make this pick because I feel like if Matt Valdinos or whatever watches this, we're gonna get flamed on Twitter
because he doesn't like them going. Who does he like in the first round?
I think he likes Pitts at 19.
Well, it's too late. It's too late for him. They missed their chance. He went to Los Angeles with Jason Garrett. And now they missed their chance on Pitts. They missed their chance on a quarterback. They could go tackle. I mean,
you want to hear Wyatt Davis just for shits and giggles?
I'm not mad at it. I mean, who else could they go on the line?
The thing is, I don't think they need anything on defense.
No, they don't. I mean, they could go receiver, but I mean, you got Scary Terry and
Terry and Bateman would be sexy as hell.
They need a tight end really bad, but it's too early for Freiermuth and it's too early for Jordan, I would say.
Yeah. I think Thomas is played this year.
Say that again, Hunter.
I think Logan Thomas has played all right this year.
He has.
I think he's played fine. He's serviceable.
Did y'all see that catch he had Sunday night?
I don't think so.
It was a catch in the end zone. It was thrown over his head, and this dude just reached right up, high-pointed it, snagged it, and came down with it. It was absolutely beautiful. You never know that dude was a former quarterback that sucked at Virginia Tech.
Solid.
So where are we going? 19.
Mac Jones. You want to do it?
Let's do it.
I like it. I like it.
Like it. I mean, because screw the Bears. That's why. Because the Bears are going to get stuck with Trubisky. That's why.
Shout out to my buddy Alex Simpson if he listens. He's going to kill me for saying that.
Mac Jones at 19. I don't know if it's deserved, but we had such an early run on quarterbacks that.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle Trask also goes in the top or in the first round this year.
No.
Hope he does.
I don't want him to.
He will probably.
I think he will just
probably
because of the run on quarterbacks. Someone's gonna get scared.
Yeah, it's okay. They're gonna get a bust. Maybe they're not gonna get.
It'll probably be Chicago.
It probably will be. Should we pick Kyle Trask right now?
No. I would like Jalen Mayfield right here. I
like Rashad Bateman here because Allen Robinson's getting the fuck out in free agency.
Jalen Mayfield.
There's a lot of tackles.
You love Jalen Mayfield.
I love Jalen Mayfield. He is the ideal pass protector.
You don't have a passer.
And he's a right tackle. Are you going to use a first-round pick on a right tackle this early?
You could. I mean, pick Eichenberg.
Now you're gonna go to me about picking a right tackle first round.
I mean, yeah.
So what's the plan here? We're gonna go tackle.
I like Bateman here.
We go Bateman. We go tackle.
Cato,
we go Trask.
Cato,
I'm still kind of stuck on the whole Trask.
Cato,
what'd you say? You want me to make it?
You make the pick.
If I'm making it and we go tackle, I want to pick Cosme. That's what I want to pick.
I'm not mad at that.
All right, then that's who we're picking.
Cosme to Mayfield.
I'm picking it. I love Sam Cosme. He's my 2. I think he's crazy. He's so athletic. I think he could put on some weight. Because he's a big dude. He's like 6'7", but he only weighs 300 pounds. Yeah, 300 pounds. Younger than everybody here, so that's confusing. I hate looking at the birthdays. It makes me feel so like it makes me feel like I haven't accomplished anything.
Yes, same.
Yeah, whenever I look at Penny Sewell's birthday, it makes me so upset. Look at this.
Kid's like what, 20?
Yeah, he was born in 2000. It's ridiculous. Anyways.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He was born like in the 2000s. Like that's. Anyways, the Jaguars are picking at 21. They could go Freiermuth. They could go
I
tackle.
think this is too early for Freiermuth.
I think Mayfield goes here. You got to get yourself a pass protector to keep Lawrence upright.
You have Juwan Taylor. I mean, granted, Cam Robinson is I think Cam Robinson's a free agent. Which I guess in that case you would kick Juwan Taylor to the left.
Yeah, it makes you Mayfield. You're right.
Let me look. Yeah, he is a free agent this season.
Okay, so that could work. Jalen Mayfield, excellent pass protector. Put him on the right. Juwan Taylor on the left.
I can get behind Jalen Mayfield.
You got yourself pretty set. You got Lawrence pretty set up there.
And it's two relatively cheap tackles for another couple.
The two of them. I mean, the talent isn't bad on that offense either.
Mm-mm.
They just drafted Laviska Shenault, DJ Chark, James Robinson. So maybe they'll grab a tight end at the beginning of the second.
Okay, this is where I'm.
Picks.
Okay, yeah. This Colts pick is where I'm going to just put my foot down about Rashad Bateman sliding. I can't allow.
You want Rashad Bateman here? You don't want to pick Liam Eichenberg here?
I don't think he's that. I mean, he's not bad, but I don't think he's a first round grade.
I just feel like he fits.
I mean, I feel like with T.Y. Hilton's decline, you have to consider another receiver because if you don't, all you have is Michael Pittman.
Yeah, Michael Pittman, no quarterback that can throw over 10 yards, and a run game. That's pretty much it.
You have Jacob Eason who can throw the whole field. Just not
I was about to say he can throw the whole field, but not to the receiver. Rashad Bateman is nasty in contested catch, though. I wouldn't be mad at Rashad Bateman.
His route running is low key pretty dirty too.
Yeah,
he's been good. I've seen him get comped to Michael Thomas.
Ooh,
that's terrifying.
Yeah, I'm scared of that. AFC South should be scared of that because that's a good little run game. Good line, good run game, good defense. Add Rashad Bateman, get a real quarterback. Okay.
Cleveland, congratulations.
Are you gonna let me pick Sean Wade or what? No, I'm just playing. They could go edge. There is still those tier 2 type corners on the board. We haven't really talked about them yet, like Stokes, Darian Kendrick. I don't really like Tyson Campbell, but
and Sean Wade, of course.
ASJ and Sean Wade. That's what I'm saying. In a division full of slot receivers, although Juju will be a free agent, Juju, the whole of all of Baltimore's receivers are slot receivers
until they draft one.
Tyler Boyd. I'm just saying, all slot receivers. Anyways, but I feel like the edges that are on the board, you've got way better value because you've got like Asai, Aziz Ojolari is still on the board.
I like Aziz Ojolari here.
So do I. He's some people's edge one. I've seen edge one about
He's
Aziz
a lot of
Ojolari.
people's edge one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad Aziz Ojolari at 23. I don't know if you have any thoughts, Austin, but
I prefer Osai, but Ojolari is fine.
I think dream pick there would be JOK. If JOK made it to 23, then that'd be beauty on the Browns.
I think Osai has to go here.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, he has.
Clowney has not been what they've looked for, or not what they're what they were planning to. The way they planned to use him didn't really work. So
yeah, not at all.
Anyway, so
all right,
Asai here.
Asai gets comped to Harold Landry a lot anyway.
Mm-hmm. There you go. I mean, here we are, 25. The Bucks. I don't really.
Najee
Harris. Okay. Najee Harris and Rojo in the first round.
What's wrong, Hunter? What's wrong?
I put out a mock last year where I wanted the Bucks to pick DeAndre Swift in the first round. So
I think it would be. I think I'd prefer Etienne to Najee here, but the running back value fits so well.
Najee RB1, baby.
Najee is RB1, but I feel like Brady would have more fun with Etienne.
Just in the pass game.
Yeah, but Najee is a very good receiver too.
Najee can be used too. That's the thing.
Let's go Najee. Let's send it.
Najee Harris to the It's crazy
God.
how much we talk about how you should undervalue running backs, and then we keep picking running backs in the first round. We keep doing this. We do it every one. Like, I'm gonna have to like do the clickbait title on this one. It's gonna be like Tampa Bay pick 2, and then like people are gonna have to click
like
on
6 downvotes from like the 10 Tampa fans.
They'll all watch it. Whatever. Najee in the first round, that would be terrifying. The defense is fine. I mean, it's not amazing, but I think you can get good value for your interior and even for edge in the second round when you look at like we were talking about those guys like Patrick Jones and Makar Shed, even Jalen Phillips, Jason Owe, Joe Tryon. I mean, you get good value down here.
Too.
Yeah, Boogie Basham.
The thing is, he might get kicked inside to play tackle. Like, he's so versatile.
Yeah, so I just think you have good value down here, so you don't have to worry about that. Get somebody who's really good, Najee Harris. The more I talk about it, the better I feel about it. So the Ravens picking at 26. I wouldn't be mad at Terrace Marshall, but if anybody has any other ideas, I just think Terrace Marshall 6'3", X receiver.
Yeah, I like Terrace Marshall here.
They need that guy.
Yeah,
they need something.
They need a X receiver. They need T Higgins, but Terrace Marshall will do. Oh, I accidentally just picked Kadarius Toney. Well, damn. Now what are we gonna do? Somebody take a picture of the draft, and I'll run it back while we talk about it.
Jesus Christ. Okay, scroll.
Okay, you got these?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna scroll up. If this is a good time for me to take a little ad break, I guess. But if you want to see me do this shit literally every week, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Backups Cast. You send me all of them, Hunter?
Yeah, I'm texting it right now.
Okay, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Backups Cast. We're gonna post all of these. Hopefully, we'll have some more special guests. Maybe Austin will keep joining us. I don't know. Maybe not after the Kadarius Toney mix up. He's gonna be like fuck it. I don't want to do this anymore. I literally did this. I did this 2 drafts ago.
Technology is not our friend.
No, it really isn't. We've lost episodes to it. We've
lost interviews. We've lost
a lot of stuff. But that being said, you can still subscribe. I think we're at least fairly cute, like cute enough to be this dumb.
We we know what we're talking about. We're just not tech savvy. We're kind of like Dave Gettleman.
It's kind of like Dave Gettleman.
Ouch. Ooh.
I like that.
But slightly smarter than Doug Peterson as well.
Which
Exactly.
is fair. I think that's fair for most people with
We're like Gettleman tier of podcasts.
the Gettleman tier. I'm not mad at that. If I'm gonna pick a big linebacker every time of podcasts, like that's whatever. While we're doing this crap that we always have to do, Austin, do you have any thoughts on maybe some second and third round targets for your Carolina Panthers? Now, since we've got you captive, and you know something about them.
A guy that I would love to see us get, especially to help boost our linebacker position, is Coin Dang out of Cal. Very high on him. I raved about him to Hunter the other night. I really like him a lot. He's a freak, 6'6", about 240, has absolute vines for arms. And when you look at the background of him, his story is incredible. He was a multi-sport athlete in high school. He hooped, he played basketball, did track. The only D1 offer he got was to VMI. And then at VMI, he was able to play basketball. He played football, and he was also a cadet. And he tore his ACL, went to JUCO at ICC, which was featured on Last Chance U, became the number one linebacker in JUCO, and then got all these offers from 5-star schools or for Power 5 schools, and then ended up at Cal. So the kid's phenomenal. Has a huge work ethic. Has a great story.
You have to.
I mean, I think that's a guy that NFL teams are just going to absolutely fall in love with. I would love to see him on our team. As for offense, like on the offensive side of things, I would love to see us maybe get. I'm trying to think. I'd love for us to get an offensive lineman. I think that's got to be especially we got to sign Taylor Moton as well. Absolutely, we have to sign him.
He started every snap this year, right?
Yeah, every snap this year.
You tweet about him like once a day, bro.
Dude. and when you look at the tape,
and
when you look at his tape, man, he does so good, and he does such a good job of containing incredible pass rushers. And so, I don't know. We need someone to complement him. It really needs to be a tackle. I would love for us to maybe get a guy like I would love if Cosme was available in the second round.
That'd be nice.
Cosme would be fun.
We did do a mock. Me and Hunter did a mock with one of our buddies the other day, and I think I had Mayfield going to Carolina.
Oh yeah, us and Paul.
Yeah.
Shout out to the foot Paul if he's listening. I doubt it, but
those are a few guys that I would love to see go to Carolina.
Yeah, there you go. And look at that. You filled all of that time, and the Ravens actually got Terrace Marshall instead of another small gadget player. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Terrace Marshall. Here we go. 26. We're at 27. We're almost done. We've almost completed this mock draft. Kadarius Toney at 27?
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Because they have Denzel Mims, who's a typical X receiver, and then you would give Justin Fields that's who he picks, right? Was Fields?
Yeah.
Okay, then you would give Fields a playmaker on the inside and somebody explosive.
How do you feel about Olave?
Ooh, Olave.
I could get behind Olave.
I just Fields and Olave together.
No. Hear me out. I'm on Ross St. Brown.
He's the same person as Chris Olave.
But Chris Olave and Justin Fields have a history. The connection.
That's true.
So we're set on receiver.
Who's on the board at edge? Do we have?
It's like Jalen Phillips.
Oh yeah, okay, never mind.
Shed.
Nobody.
Just no way.
Yeah.
Pick ETN. I mean, I think that they should pick ETN at 34.
I
But
think he's a better fit at 34.
I think it's a second rounder. But so receiver. You think Olave? You think Tone? Amon-Ra St. Brown?
I'm good with any of those three.
Go with Olave just because of the connection.
I like it. Olave's good. He's having a good end to his year. Justin Fields has the connection. The Steelers at 28. I think we went Najee last time, actually. Which our good buddy Matthew Watkins said that was a good pick. He said he liked it. He's a big Steelers guy. They do have some offensive linemen in and out, but we do have to
some O-line help.
Yeah. I think you look at tackle.
I really like Dylan Radins. He's a guy that I'm super high on compared to a lot of people because a lot of people bash him for the FCS thing. But I think he has every tool you really look for. He's just a raw, physical, mean offensive lineman.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm down for Radins. I'm down for Radins if you guys are 2-star high school. Cool. Let's pull the trigger. Radins to the Steelers at 28. I feel like we like to go. Radins feels like a Steeler too. Feels like just like a guy who likes to live in Pittsburgh. I don't know. Look at him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He looks like he belongs in yellow and black.
That's it.
The Saints. Now, the Saints, I feel like could go several different ways. I don't think they should go quarterback because Mac Jones isn't here. But if Mac Jones was here, I'd be down. They could go linebacker.
Zaven Collins. Oh my gosh.
I think that's pretty sexy.
Oh yeah, that is super sexy right there.
Yeah, because you give him off the edge, you give him. I mean, he's what, like 6'4"? Yeah, huge.
260.
Yeah, and grading coverage too. I mean, that's the kind of linebacker you need to cover some of these big tight ends that are starting to get in the league. You need a 6'4", 260 type linebacker, Cam Newton size linebacker. So, yeah, I'd be super down for Zaven Collins. Hunter, we all in agreement?
I like it.
Cool. Let's let it rock. Zaven Collins. I don't want it to lag out on me. Okay, here we go. The Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills could go several different ways.
Pick Shaun Wade.
I'm fine. If you want me to pick Shaun Wade so bad, we're gonna get 7 dislikes. We're gonna get 7 dislikes from dick punchers like you, Hunter, and we're gonna have no views because I picked Shaun Wade. We go cornerback.
First round pick, bro.
We go cornerback every time, and someone who's still not off the board that I think the Bills could go is Wyatt Davis. The run game hasn't been good. Devin Singletary isn't.
Vera Tucker earlier.
Vera Tucker is there too. I mean, like, I think you go guard though. I think you go guard. The run game hasn't been great. That's partially due to Devin Singletary, but we've seen flashes. And Zach Moss, I think, is still unproven. That's partially due to the line though.
I kind of like Wyatt Davis.
Wyatt Davis.
But you don't go Stokes. You don't go Stokes at corner.
I would if I'm looking at corner, I'd go Darian Kendrick over Eric Stokes. I like Darian Kendrick more, but I think that there's like you could go. You look second round.
I think you could go
Jr.
I think you could honestly go ASJ here to get a guy that can do both nickel and outside.
See, now we're okay. We're meeting in the middle, outside, nickel, or both. And look, ASJ, he's right there in the middle.
ASJ does both well.
He brings us all together.
If ASJ was 2 inches taller, he would be cornerback 1.
And he doesn't need to be cornerback 1. And
people say 2 inches doesn't matter, but you know.
Hey, well, you know what? That's never something I've had to worry about.
Have you heard that your whole life, Hunter? I'm sorry.
I'll go ASJ. I already went. It's let's bring in a guy He can play slot. He can play outside. He's our cornerback too. He's only 5'10", but we already have Tre'Davious White. Let's just shore up that defense, because clearly the offense is pretty much taken care of. We could use a run game, but Packers are picking at 31. This is the last of 2 picks. The Packers probably should go wide receiver. They probably should. Talk about this every time. Do you think they will?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Give them Kadarius Toney.
No, don't do that to them.
I mean,
That'd be fun.
I would rather have Rondale Moore than Kadarius Toney.
Oh,
wait, why? Why would you rather have Rondale more than Kadarius Toney?
I feel Rondale Moore has more to offer. I just see Kadarius Toney as this gadget player who is going to.
that's all
Field
Rondale
punt
Moore
return.
is.
That's what Rondale Moore is. Rondale Moore is so small too.
He's not 5'9". That is a lie.
I think he's smaller. I think they added an inch and a half.
But Rondale Moore does worry me with his injury issues. So I wouldn't touch him. I wouldn't touch him at all. But I would rather go Amon-Ra St. Brown just to give a better threat. And, God, could you imagine Aaron Rodgers having a threat like St. Brown and Devontae Adams?
I can get behind St. Brown.
That would be nuts.
We go St. Brown, but that does leave Kadarius Toney to the Chiefs. That's what scares me. I don't want Kadarius Toney on the Chiefs.
Give them Trey Smith.
You're a trade. I mean, it's every IOL on the board.
Give them Vera Tucker.
Vera Tucker.
Yeah, because
He's
you
versatile.
can play him at tackle. You can play him at guard.
Yeah, he's just versatile.
Look at that. We finished a whole draft. How do you feel?
Jesus.
We finished a whole draft and we only screwed it up once.
Dude, I don't know how we do this every week.
I don't know how we do this every week too, because it's an absolute shit show every week. It really is. Sweet. I mean that's that. I'll put all of our Twitters in the YouTube description for our 10 subscribers. If you'd like to subscribe, please do. I know you're watching the video because I see the number of views. It's over 300. So if everybody just subscribed and followed me on Twitter, then I wouldn't have to my body on OnlyFans. I don't actually do that. I'm just joking. But it's just a joke. Austin and I are actually meeting in person for the first time today. So, anyways, but I'll put all of our Twitters in the bio. At H Thompson NFL, at Arcado NFL, at Armchair Austin. You can follow us all for some sexy little draft nuggets, and you can expect more of these every single week. Mock Draft Monday that we post on Tuesday, because we record it too damn late at night. So thank you for joining us. And we'll see you later.